Now, in this video, we will going to take up one more concept, which is printing strings in right triangle shape using Python program. How to do that? For example, suppose if you have a string in a right angle triangle shape having to enter Python. So you have this is the row. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. That is, we start from 0. So we are going to get 6 rows here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then similarly, you have a columns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So once we start from 0, it will be 0 to 5. So I want to print the string in this particular pattern. How to go about it? So for this, a coding is the string which I want to give an input. So what is the input I want? I want to input, this is the Python. If I enter the Python as the string, then it should be able to print in this particular fashion. This is what we want. So once we enter this, and then we want to know what is going to be the length of the string. So that means I want to slice that string into a number of characters. So how many characters are there in this string? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So length will going to become 6. Then for row in string, for row in range of length, which is the row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For row in range length. So what is the length of the string? The length of the string is 6. So for row in range 6. So for column in range row plus 1. What is that? I am going to tell you at a later stage. For column in range of row plus 1. If this condition becomes true, then print string of the column, and by default always the print will go to the next line automatically. So in this first case, if you see P, then it goes to the next line. P, again if you print P, then again it should go to the next line. But I don't want it to go that, I wanted to continue in the same line. So for that we are using the end separation. END equals within quotes \t, which is a tab. So it moves by a specified distance. Then once this condition becomes false, so it comes out of the loop, then print, which is this print will go to the next line automatically. So the ones we are continuing with it, so it will, unless you come out of this, will not be, it will be going on the same line. So I need to give to the next line, I want to give the print function again, so that it will go to the next line. So this is the actual coding what we have. Now what will going to be the output? The output will be enter the string. The length of the string will going to become 6. Then, so it will going to execute this pattern of Python. This is how you will be able to get the output. So now we will see how this will going to work. So here we have starting from the row, it comes down, which is a row, and going from 0 to the left side to the right side, which is going to be a column. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, that is 6 rows, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So enter the string, that is Python. What is the length of the string? The length of the string is 6. For row in range length, which is 6. For column in range, row plus 1. Okay. So if this condition is true, print string column of that number, end is equal to \t. Print. This will go to the next line. So first case, what we are going to consider. So for row in range 6 means what? It starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for row is 0, then what happens to the column? The column will be, see, once it condition becomes true, it enters into this this class. In this class, what you have, the column in range 1 plus row or row plus 1. So what is the row initially? The row initially is 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. So column will be row plus 1, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So column in range 1. So if the column is column in range 1, what does it mean? It will take only the first value. It won't come up to that value. It is not there. Like, suppose if you have 6, that means it starts from 0 up to 5. Similarly, if it is column in range 1, it starts from 0 only. So that means you are going to have only one character. Row is equal to 0 and the column is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then print string that column number. What is that column number? The column number is 0. See, the column number is 0. Row number is 0. So which is the slot? The slot is P. Okay. So it comes out of, so it will going to print that particular line. So that is what it does in this first case. Column is 0, row is 0, it prints P. Okay. It prints P and then it comes out of this loop. It comes out of this loop, print P, and it gives end is equal to backslash T. So what it does, the cursor will come to this stage, that is to the column 1. So there the cursor will be blinking. So since you have only one value in the first row, so it comes out of this loop. Once it comes out of this loop, it comes to this print. So since you have a separate print after the coming out of the loop, so then it will go to the next line. So what is the next line? The next line will be here. So it comes to this. So in this case, so what happens? Immediately it will comes to row is equal to 1. Once the row is equal to 1, if this condition is true, because it can go up to 5. So row 1. Column will be equal to row plus 1. What is the row plus 1? 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. So once you have 2, the range 2 means 0 and 1. So row is equal to 1, the column will be equal to 0 because you are in a loop now. So string the column number. String 0 will be having P. String 0, row 1, column 0 will have P. So row 1, column 0 will have P and end is equal to backslash T. So it comes to the cursor will comes to this. Then column will be, again it is incremented by 1. So it becomes 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. So 1 is within 2. So string of that column, what is that print? String of that column is 1. String of that column number 1 is how much? The column number is y. So it prints y and again it goes back. Column is incremented by 1. 1 plus 1 becomes 2. 2 is within 2? No. It comes out of that column loop and again it comes to the print function. So once it comes to the print function, it will go back to the next line. That is, it comes to the row 2. And also row 2, so it will comes to this one, row 2 now. Row 2, comma, column is equal to row plus 1. So 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. That is equal to 3, 0, 1, 2. Now you can see 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2. This is the third row now. So row is equal to 2. Column will be equal to 0. So string of that column which is equal to string 0. So what is string 0? P. So since you have to stay on the same line, it will comes to this now. So column is incremented by 1, row will going to be the same because row is in the outer loop and column is in the inner loop. So column will be equal to 0 plus 1, that is equal to 1. String of print, string of that column will be string 1, it is 1. So then again, column is incremented by 1, 1 plus 1 it becomes 2, 2 means which is string of that column is T, so it prints T. Row is equal to 2 and column is equal to 2 plus 1 it becomes 3, 3 is within 3, no, it comes out of the column loop. And then since you have the print function, so it goes to the next line, that is row 3 now. So you come to the row 3, column will be equal to row plus 1, so that means 3 plus 1 it becomes 4. So that is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So now row will be equal to 3 and column will be equal to 0, first one. String of that column is 0. It will be printing P. So 3, 0 is P. Row 3, column is incremented by 1. Column will become 1. So string of that column is string of 1, which is equal to Y. Similarly, row is equal to 3, column is equal to 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. String of that column is string of 2, that is equal to T. That is 3, 2 is T. Row is equal to 3 and column is equal to 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. String of that column, printing of string of that column is string 3, which is equal to H. Then row is equal to 3 and column is equal to 3 plus 1, it becomes 4. So 4 is within 3, no. 4 is within 4, no. It comes out of the inner loop. So again the cursor comes to the next line because of the print function. So what is that next line? The next line will become row 4. Now you can see that row 4. So in row 4, column will be equal to row plus 1. That means 4 plus 1 it becomes 5. What does it mean? Column in range 5. Range 5 means up to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So row is equal to 4 and column is equal to 0. Initialize value. So 4 comma 0 is P. 4, 0 is P. Then column is incremented by 1 because you are in the column loop which is incremented till up to 4. That is up to 5, but up to 4 it will go to print now. So column row is equal to 4, column is equal to 1. 0 plus 1 it becomes 1. String of that column is Y. So 1 column Y is Y. Row is equal to 4 and column is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. String of that column is string of 2, that is equal to T. So why it is moving from one column to the other column? Because in the same line, because of in print string of column comma end is equal to within quotes backslash T, which we have given earlier in the code, that is making you to switch from one column to the other column in the same line. Then row is equal to 4, column is equal to 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. String of that column is string 3, which is H. Row is equal to 4 and column is equal to 4. String of that column is O. 4, comma 4. O. Row is equal to 4, column is equal to 4 plus 1 is equal to 5, which is within 5, no. It comes out of the common column loop and then cursor goes to the next line. Then it goes to the row will be equal to 5, column is equal to row plus 1, it becomes 6. So 5 plus 1 is equal to 6 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So column in range 6. So that means you have to go up to 5. So 5, 0, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5. So row is equal to 5 and column is equal to 0. So we have 5 comma 0 is P. So that is what we have printed P. Row is equal to 5, column is equal to 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. 1 is within 5, yes. Within 6, yes. String of 1 is Y. Row is equal to 5, column is equal to 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. String of that column is string 2, which is equal to T. Column 2 is T. Row is equal to 5, column is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So print H. Row is equal to 5, column is equal to 4, string of that column is string 4 which is equal to O. Row is equal to 5, column is equal to 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. String of that column 5 is equal to N. Row is equal to 5, column is equal to 5 plus 1, it becomes 6. 6 is within 6, no, it comes out of the column loop. Again it tries to increment by 1 in the row. Row is also, which is with 5, that is 6. 6 within 6, no, it comes out of the loop. Therefore, you will going to get the final printout will going to be the Python in the pattern what we have shown earlier. Now, this is how you will be able to execute the program. Let us see how does it functions when you are entering it through the program in Python. So, first initially I will going to type string equals input. Why we have to give the input? Because so by default in Python, whatever the input you give, it will be always in the form of a string. So that is the reason why we are giving the input length of string. If you want to check whether what is the length of the string, print length. Of course, this is not required, but if you want to specify that, you can specify. For row in range length. For row in range length. For column in range row plus 1. Then print string of that column, and you want to continue the same line, end equals within quotes \t, that is start. Then you come out of this column loop and type print. Now this is how it will go to work. Now first initially I will going to enter the string and try to show how that will going to work now. Later on we will go by step by step. So this is the pattern in which you will be able to get. So what I talked about 6 is nothing but the length of the string what we are considering. Now we will go by step. So here we will go to debug Python file. Okay, comes to this. First we are going to say Python. So now what is the length of that Python string? Is 6. That is what it is printed. Now row in range, a row will be 6 now. So you can see row is equal to length of the string. So here the length is 6, row in range 6, column in range. So initially taken the value of row as 0. What will be the length of the column? Range will be 1, column will be 1. Now you can see column is 0, but here column will be 0, row is 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. So what is the length of the column? So here print string column, what is that? 0. What is the 0? Which is P. So it types P. Now you can observe here the cursor is still in the same line. Why? Because of this function which is end is equal to within quotes \t. Now when you enter, now you are in the column loop. Now when you press enter, it comes out of the column loop, but you are in the row loop only. So here you have to give print. So since you are given the print function, so what it does, it will go to the next line now. It comes to the next line. Then the row is incremented by 1. So 0 after 0, what you see here, what happens? After 0, it will going to come 1 now. Row 1, column will be equal to 1 plus 1, it becomes 2. Column will be 0 now first, because 0, the range is 2, column in range 2, so that means 0 and 1. So column is initialized to 0. Is 0 is within 2? Yes. So string of column 0 will be P. Since you are in the same loop, again you are going to 1. Now you can see column is 1. What is the column 1? It is Y. So it prints Y. Again it goes back 0 and 1. It is incremented to 2. 2 is within 2? No, it comes out. So go to the print function and then it comes to the next line. Now row will going to become 2 now. The row will going to become 2. Column will be in range of 3 now. 2 plus 1 it becomes 3. 0, 1, 2 now. So first it will take the value of 0 now, column. Column 0, then column 1, then column 2, then it comes out of the column loop and goes to the print function. It go to the next line. Again row is incremented now. What is the row value now? It becomes 3 now. Row is 3. 3 plus 1 it becomes 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3. That means 4 characters now. First one is 0, P. Second one is 1, Y. Third one is 2, which is T. 1, 2. Third one is H. Then it will go to the next line. Again, row becomes 4. 4 means column means 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, column 0 is P. Column 1 is Y. Column 2 is T. Column 3 is H. Column 4 is O. Again it will go to the next line. So again row is incremented by 1. It becomes 5. So 1, 6. Sorry, 0, 6. So that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 is T. 1 is Y. 2 is T. 3 is H. 4 is O. 5 is N. So it comes out with the column loop. It goes to the next line. So now it goes to the range function, row function. Row becomes 6. 6 is within 6. No, it comes out of the loop of row loop also. So this is how the pattern will going to be executed in Python program. Thank you.